back again? I thought you'd never come back. Yo, thank you so much. Like, that's so nice of you. And if you're here for the first time, this convo would have been a little awkward for you, but yeah, you can watch all of my other videos so that you can become like a thing. Yeah, we can become a thing. Like, I talk to you and you just stay shut and not reply, and me awkwardly moving on. Yeah? Okay, let's start this new chapter with a new mind because at the end it's all gonna disappoint us, so there's no point in it. And yeah, let's begin. So here it is, our second chapter and the first poem, a photograph. So it's written by Shirley Towson, as you can see. And yeah, let's begin. So to like tell you the whole thing in short, it's just about like a small memory of this author. So it's just about her mother. So she, in her childhood, how they spend their time, and then her mother looking back, and she looking back at her looking back. So it's a lot of present past confusion. So let me help you clear this out. So let's get started. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera, a sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. So, in the first line, the cardboard shows me how it was. So, the cardboard here refers to the picture, right? Like, um, so if you just go through the whole poem, and then you'll kind of get the idea of what's going on in here, because if not, you'll be like, cardboard, huh? What? What are you talking about? Cardboard? Who makes a poem about cardboard, dude? Okay, chill. Just complete the whole reading and then you kind of have the idea. Okay, so the cardboard is nothing but the photo which the three of them took. Who are the three of them? Two girl cousins of the author's mother and the author's mother. So three of them have taken a photo, and in the next lines we have the scene where it's happening and how the background is and all those stuff. So when the two girl cousins went paddling, so these cousins and all, they've went for paddling in the um, beach. I mean sea. Yeah, in the sea. So they've all went for like um I guess it was their summer vacation or something. So they thought like let's go chill out in the sea and do some paddling and all. Yeah, so that's what they were doing. So each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she the big girl. So her mother, the author's mother, is the eldest one, and the other two cousins are holding her hands and standing to get like a picture together. So yeah, and she's the big girl, which doesn't mean like she's that damn old. She's just 12 years old. She's like 4 years younger than me. And you call her a big girl. And all three stood still to smile through their hair. So the uncle, the cameraman uncle, he was taking the photo, and three of them, they just stood still and smiled through their hair, which means like it's it's obvious. It's the sea and you're paddling. There's gonna be a lot of breeze and wind, so your hair is gonna mess up, even though you've put like a ton of spray, setting spray and all. Like, yeah, it's pretty obvious. Like, I don't see a point in explaining this. So yeah, uh, their hair was like messing around, and they were smiling through it, and the uncle was taking the picture. My mother's, that was before I was born. So she says that her mom had a very sweet face. That was before I was born. I guess it's this one is a kind of savage one because she says that she had a sweet face before she was born, meaning that after this author got born, she's like and always arrogant with her. Like, I guess there's some kind of a backstory for this, but I guess they're not ready to explain it. So yeah, let's just move on. And the sea, which appears to have changed less. So sea has appeared to have changed less. Like all the natural things, the forest, mountains, seas, they like just imagine, like, have you seen a drastic change in any kind of natural things? Like, even when you were 2 years old, the dogs look the same, and even after you've become like 16, 17 years old, the dogs look the same, right? Like, there's no kind of evolution that has taken place in just 2 3 years, just like that. Like, not just dogs, in general, the nature. So there's not much of the change that you see. So that's what the author says as well. So the sea appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Terribly transient feet here means the humans have humans are temporary in the sense that one person is gonna get born, the other one die, one born, the other one die. So the human things, they're all temporary, but in the case of nature it's permanent. Like that's why the sea has seemed to have changed very less, but it washed their terribly transient feet, which is temporary, that lasts for a short time. So that's the thing. Like humans, we all keep changing, we all keep growing and like differing by time. Like what you were when you were two is not what you are now. You have changed so much. So when you were in like first or second standard, you might have had an ambition of becoming a teacher because that's the only profession kind of thing that you see every day, and you might have had this kind of, what is it, wish to become one. And then after you grow much older and get to know about a lot of other things, you'll have more interest towards a specific thing or something that nobody else's has thought of, or something like that, like something in I mean, what is it, something specific. Like mine is to become a scientist. So from something common, from a teacher, we are going towards specific stuff. So for one it's scientist, for the other it might be an archaeologist, for the other journalist. So there are a lot of professions out there, and yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like when we were small, everything was so different and we had so many different thoughts, and as we grew up, the thing has completely changed. So that's how humans are. We are not permanently the same, we keep changing. So we are never permanent, right? So, and that's why a transient feat, which lasts for a short period of time. So that's what it is. So let's move on to the second stanza. Some 20, 30 years later, she'd laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she'd say. And look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both weary with the labored ease of loss. So this thing, after 20, 30 years of taking the picture. So what the author means by 20, 30 years later is that they've taken the picture when her mother was 12 years old. So after 20, 30 years from that, from the time all that incident happened. So 12 plus 20. So now she must be some 32 years kind of thing now when she's looking at the picture. Okay. So this stanza as well is talking about something that happened in the past. So we are going to something that was towards a very past, and then we come to the past, and in the next stanza we are coming to the present kind of thing. Yeah. So that's how the storyline is going to go. Okay, so now we are to the past. So in the past, so after 20, 30 years of the picture being taken, the mother is going and having a look at it, and then she's laughing at the snapshot and telling that, see Betty and Dolly, how they dressed us for the beach. So she's like that. She's laughing at it and just having some kind of nostalgic thoughts and stuff. And then Betty and Dolly, these are her two girl cousins, and yeah. So and she's like mocking at their parents to have dressed them for the beach in some kind of funny way or whatever. So yeah, so she's having a laugh, and then the author says, "The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both weary with the labored ease of loss." So this sentence is kind of dark, and only people who understand dark humor like me would understand how in depth this author has gone with the emotions and feelings. So that hit me hard. So let's try to understand what this means. So the sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. So for her, the sea holiday was her past and kind of memory and kind of thing to go back and look at and to have some kind of nostalgia kind of thing. And for her was her mother's laughter and the time she spent with her mother, and those memories that she got just looking at the piece of cardboard. So that's the thing. So for the mother, the sea holiday is her past, but for the author, that is the daughter, her mother's laughter and those kind of memories were her past. Both weary with labored ease of loss. So both are weary with labored ease of loss. Like the feeling of like the feeling that we can't get all of these memories and things back. Like these things are lost, they are just memories now. So the mother can't go back and have that kind of fun that she had in the sea holiday and all. And just like that, the daughter can't have all those happy moments with her mother, because in the end you'll know why. Yeah. So that's the thing. So that's why they say both weary with the labor-ease of loss. So let's go to the last para. Yeah. So now she says that her mother has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, meaning that the girl was 12 years old when the picture was taken. So now it had been some 12 years since her mother had passed away. And of this circumstance, there's nothing to say at all. So now she's um paying a kind of um, moment of silence for her mother, for her death, to like rest in peace. That kind of thing is the last two sentences of this circumstance. There's nothing to say at all, and it's silence, silences. So with that, she ends the poem with a mic drop. Let's go, baby. The lesson is over. We've completed a whole freaking poem in just what, 15 minutes. Like, that's crazy, yo. We've made it. We have made it. Let's go. Say it with me. We have made it. We have made it. Okay, yeah, it's getting kind of cringy now. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, then. Bye bye. Good night. Have fun. If you liked the video, if you really liked it, then maybe subscribe and like the video. Yeah, like all these dialogues don't suit me here. Just like it if you want. That's it. Bye. I'm tired.